Corporal punishment. All right, so let's understand, why do people spank? Why not even spanking, but why do people use corporal punishment? What's up? All right, instant gratification, which means if a child is doing something, if you follow the scenario, child is going to the electric socket, right? And why? First of all, why is the child going to the electric socket? Yeah, curiosity. There's no sense in saying, what are you doing? You want to electrocute yourself. Most kids are probably thinking, I don't even know what that means, electrocute myself, but it sounds like something I might want to do, but I'm not sure, right? It's asking the craziest questions. Why are you in the deep water? Do you want to drown? Why'd you run out in the street? Did you want to get killed by the bus? Who asks these questions? A parent who's literally out of control, right? Or sarcastic, or demeaning, right? So yeah, I'm going to run out in the street and try to get killed by the bus. If not, I'm going to try to drown myself, and all else fails, I'll electrocute myself. What's your agenda today, Mommy? What's up for you? If your child said, Mommy, Daddy, you don't mind, I'm going to try to run across the street and get killed, can I do that? You'd say, well, that's a ridiculous thing. Why would you want to do that? Then why are you asking me, right? Certainly you wouldn't want to do it. So when you find yourself asking bizarre questions, check the sanity meter and see whether or not you're now 4 standard deviations away. Because it's very undignified to ask somebody whether or not they want to do personal harm, right? That is just like saying, self-injurious behavior, my friend. This is what we're interested in teaching you right now. We want you to become self-injurious. Some basic rules in nurturing. Respect yourself, my friend. Don't hurt yourself. Respect others, my friend. Don't hurt anybody else. And respect your world, my friend. Don't hurt the environment. Now go live, all right? Respecting yourself, respecting others, and respecting your environment. Once again, respect has dignity. Dignity has worth. Got it? So if we build that part of the equation, let's not ask questions that challenge somebody's dignity. We still are the moral authority. As adults in the child's world, we still are the moral authority. And parents and children still want to please us, no matter how rough it gets, because we also have a basic need of attachment, right? To be attached. So when the child, watch it play out, when the child is reaching for an electric socket, instant gratification, right? Here it comes. Whap. All right. Pain, withdrawal. This is brainstem. Yeah, this is brainstem. You know, here comes the saber-toothed tiger, run. You know, here comes Mommy, yikes. Here comes the pain. Then what happens? Physician, heal thyself. Child, heal thyself. You see children just kind of doing this, but the stimulus response is up to the limbic part of the brain. It comes back down. It's pain. And the natural response is, rah. All right, what's the crying? The crying is the energy response to the stimulus that says, if then, if I get hit, I've got this energy now that's coming back in, painful energy. I'm recycling it. How is it going to come out? Crying. Right. Now, what happens when you say to the child, and stop your crying or you'll really get it? Oh boy. Now I'm auguring myself into a mess over here. All right. And people can't stop on command. They really can't stop crying on command. Try it next time you're crying. Shut up. Shut up. Stop your crying. And all of a sudden now it's all stuck in. Hang on, the story gets worse, all right? Because if you can't cry and it stays within, the pain that stays within, it will come out. It will come out, all right? However it comes out, you've been let go by Kodak and you're coming back with an Uzi, and you're going to show these Kodak administrators what happens when you reject one last time. Yipes, yipes, yipes. All right, let's go into not such a precarious position over here. So now the child cries. Did you know that the molecular structure of the tears of sadness is different than the molecular structure of the tears of happiness? Do you know that? Yes. Do you know the brain lets out crying tears, sad tears? Now, you've probably had instances where you were laughing and laughing and laughing, and it just got so hysterical, you just started crying. This is the funniest thing. You almost had to go to the bathroom too, right? Because now all your orifices are leaking, you know, and you just think, I'm just melting over here. I got to go to it. But what? Your body is just emitting all this energy. It's really what it is. It's energy that's coming out. When we tell people not to have certain feelings, not to have certain thoughts, well, let me back up. How many of you are very good at keeping secrets? How many of you are not very good at keeping secrets? Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's really tough, especially if it's a juicy one. Right? It's like benign secrets, no big deal, but juicy ones, oh my mercy. And so when someone says, Babla, can I tell you a secret? Please don't burden me with this, please. I don't do well with secrets because the thought is just pulsating. And I think, oh my, I have to keep the secret now. So I generally take my dogs for a walk. Coco, come on, I got to tell you something. Don't tell any other dogs in the neighborhood, but you know, people down there are having a good time. And so it's like, oh, yeah, because what? It wants to come out. All right. Now, here's a thought. If you want to tell someone, now I'm going to tell you a secret, don't tell anybody, that's your first mistake. Don't tell anybody, right? If you don't want anybody to know, you keep it yourself. But you know why you can't keep it yourself? Because it wants out. So here's a strategy. Go in the bathroom. Talk to that other person in the mirror and say, hey, you in there, I got to tell you something, right? At least you get it out, if nothing else, and you think, oh, all right, I don't have this thing, this animal that wants to come out of my head over here. It has a lot to do with energy. It has a lot to do with the expression of it. So now we're dealing with this child who has withdrawn, right, and who's crying. And so now what happens? After they heal their owie, you've seen this a million times, I know you have. The child looks up to the adult, and what do they want? To be reattached. Come on back, come on back. Because for the moment right there, you were detached. That's a scary place, detached. And so now the baby's back to the mommy, and the baby's back to the daddy. And then we give it all kinds of lectures upon electricity. You just talk backwards to children. Right? And is it really what you say or how you say it? That's how you say it, right? Oh, honey, oh, honey. All right, so we say all these things, and we put the baby down, the toddler, and then he says, all right, where was I before I was mugged? Oh, I was over here. Why? Short-term memory, right? But if you continue to do that, will the child remember? Why? It's trauma. All right. How many of you were hit a minimal amount of times in your childhood? All right. Just minimal. All right. Have you heard people say, I was only hit 2 or 3 times in my entire life. What's the big deal? And look at me. I came out okay because of it. Come on, let's go to the board over here, because in the world of logic, it's an illogical statement. Let's try again. 146,000, 156,000. 156,000, what is it? 776 hours of life. All right, 156, 776. Right. How long were you hit? How long would each spanking occur? Days, weeks, months? Bablik, what's the matter with you? Let's give each spanking an hour. And I'll tell you why. We're going to have pre-anxiety. Wait till your old man comes home and you're going to catch it. All right, the spanking series now begins. All right, the old man's pulling up and psh, you hide. All right, and then you get the literal spanking, and then you have the post-traumatic stress with it, right? So let's say you were hit twice. All right, let's subtract 2 hours of violence, which leaves you 157,774 hours of nonviolence. And you want to say to me today, my friend, that you're okay because of that? Oh, my friend, you're okay in spite of that. All right, let's add. How about 42 hours of violence? How about 442 hours of violence? We're not even at 1% yet. We're 1/2 of 1%. We're a fraction of what childhood is. How about 1,000? When does this not become okay, you see? When does it not become okay? How about 11,000? Right? At some point you say, wait, that, now it's not okay. Well, what's not okay about it? The frequency? Look, there's one behavior that contributes to the physical maltreatment of children. You want to see what it is? Take your weapon of mass destruction and swing it. This is it. This is the whole kit and caboodle for it. All right? It's a very simple behavior. All right? You take your weapon and you strike another human being. All right. Why do we do that? Let's go to the reasons why people hit. All right, so they think that's what they're supposed to do. I'm supposed to hit. All right. And who taught you that you're supposed to do that? All right, let's start there. All right, so we have the Old Testament.